Hello everyone, it's time for part 3 of the junk journal tutorial. So first I'm going to make a tag out of this scrap paper, and I punch a hole, and I use this punch that clips the corners off the edges, which is great. I love that little punch. And I'm fussing with it a bit. And then I had this piece of packaging which I rounded the corners to, and I'm trying to cover up some of the writing from the packaging. And it's a thicker material. It was the backing paper in a packaging of something. And so to make it more usable, covering up the manufacturer information with some scraps of scrapbook paper, but I like the thickness of it for a tag in the junk journal. So yeah, if you have pretty packaging scraps, hang on to them, and if there's writing on it that you don't like, you can just cover it up with something like I did here. So moving on from there, I'm going to punch out a butterfly, and it looks like, what am I doing with that butterfly? Oh, I was sticking the butterfly down there. Okay, cute little butterfly scrap. And then I have another piece of scrap here that I used that punch again to knock the corners off, make another tag out of it. And it looks like that's packaging also. So I'm going to use my glue stick to cover up the barcode. And again, this is like the backer paper, so it's a thicker piece. It's great for tags and that sort of thing in the journal because it holds up to pulling it in and out of pockets and things. So yeah, I love that for the thicker. Stick it there in a little tuck spot, and I have to go in and make this opening not stick to itself. Now I've got a paper clip here, and I'm going to make an embellished paper clip. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a knack for getting it wrong, so I'm sticking it on the page how I want it to hang before I put my papers on there and trying out the papers. And once I have it the way I want it, then I take the paper clip off and glue everything on, because I can't tell you how many times I've done it backwards or the wrong way before, and then I go to put it in the journal and it doesn't work. So I figure I'm very visual, and so this way works for me, and sticking it on the paper and then auditioning papers, so to speak, to figure out what I want. And I've got scraps there, and I'm just doing some collage type layering here with some of the scraps and getting it how I like it. And basically you want, that's the part I want to show, the part you can see there with the paper and the blue. And so I want it hanging on the side of the paper clip that's going to grab onto the side of the page. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it does. It's hard to explain it when reviewing this video footage, because obviously I'm doing the voiceover, so I didn't film it at this time. And another little butterfly features here, and I'm going to add that and stick it on there. Now I've got this little bling here. It's got adhesive on it already, and I stick that onto the center of the butterfly. Love how that looks. And I'm just putting a little, this is one of those scrapbook pages that has cutouts. That's what they're called. So I had had it cut out and just stuck it in there as a tag. Probably at some point in the future, maybe I'll cover the back, or who knows, maybe I'll put a picture there. So I'm putting some things here and there. Now in this pocket, I have this really cute tag that came off of something about it. I don't even remember what it was, but it's shaped like a little water droplet, and so I just left that as is. Putting a fussy cut butterfly there in the corner, and here's another just scrap of paper. I believe this is like a cardstock paper, so it's a little thicker, and so I just cut it down and tucked it in just like that. There's that water droplet falling out. And flipping around, what do I want to do next? Trying to figure it out, and looks like moving on. I had these really cool pictures that came in some kind of journal paper stuff, and they are thin. It's more like printer paper, maybe even lighter than that. So I'm taking a scrap that I didn't care for the checkered side all that much, but the other side is a really beautiful wood grain. So I'm gluing that onto there, and I'm going to make my own little journal tag out of it, or journal card, sorry. And then I take my trusty corner chomper, love that, and I, a lot of times I have to trim it up a little more, so I try to use the trimmer for the straight edge, but sometimes I have to do some more. So that goes in there, and then here I have another one of those images, and I decided to toss that one. But this one that looks like a little postcard, I think would look great on the back of this cardstock. I think that's a Tim Holtz one, but I'm not sure. And so I glue that one on there and trim off the edges, and I believe I'm going to round the corners again. I like that finished look with the corner rounder. So real fast here because it's zoomed in, and then I can fit it under there. And sometimes I trim them down to make them fit, cut off non-essential parts of the image. You know, you gotta make it work. Here I was thinking of this camera die cut. It didn't work. It didn't fit the way I wanted it, but this little bingo card did, so I put that there. That was just prefab ephemera. This is another little pre-made tag, and then I have that playing card with the deer on it. So cute. So thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.